Hello and welcome back to the channel. Here we are with the beautiful SM7B. Yep, so the Shure SM7B, this will set you back around about £370. That's what I paid for it anyway, on Gear for Music. You can see the link in the description for that. And you know what? This is probably one of the best microphones that I've found so far for vocals, for vocal work. If you're doing live streaming, if you're doing podcasts, anything to do with your voice, this is the one you want to go for, just for that broadcast quality sound. Now, at the moment, I've got it just plugged into the compressor. Now, the compressor isn't on, so this is just simply the dry signal, the dry sound that you're going to get straight out of the box. One thing I will say is it is a very low gain mic, so you will need a lot of gain to push that. Some people will plug this microphone into what is known as a cloud lifter, so that basically boosts the level. The gain over here basically right up to the max, so that's just to boost the level of the microphone, because it is very quiet, which is good in a way, because anything around the microphone, it's not going to catch too much off. It's going to be concentrated just mostly on what is going in the front, because if I talk around it, yeah, okay, you are picking little bits up, and as we go around the top of the microphone, you can still kind of hear my voice and around here. But as you get closer and closer, which is one of the good things about this microphone, you can get right into the microphone without needing a pop shield or a pop filter, as some microphones do need, because you'll hear a lot of popping noise, you'll hear a lot of just noise that you don't want to be recorded. But you can get right into this microphone, which makes it perfect for doing voiceovers, perfect for doing live streaming, podcasts, radio shows, and even vocal work as well. Just sing straight into the microphone, get as close as you need to, and it won't affect it at all. And I mean, if you want to get even closer, so in the box, it will come with the microphone itself, obviously. It will come with a little stand adapter, and it will also come with the foam head as well, which if we take off, I mean, if we get any closer, we're going to be inside the microphone. But just showing you how close you can really get to this microphone and the sound you can get, the concentrated sound in your voice. The windshield will take some high frequencies away, which sometimes is good for some voices. So it just depends on yourself, really. And it's such a solid design that you'll notice as soon as you take it out of the box, you notice how solid it is. And some of the settings that are available on the mic. And on the back of the microphone there, you'll see little slots. So one is to boost the midtones in your frequency, and the other one is a low pass as well. So depending on your voice, depending on what sound you want, is how you can adjust those. I've just simply got it flat, so it's just a flat frequency going into the mic. It has what is called an internal air suspension inside the microphone as well, which is why it doesn't need a shock mount. So any wee mic knocks or anything like that, it will cancel a lot of that out, because again, it is a very quiet microphone anyway. But as I mentioned, the great thing about this microphone is just how close you can get in. You can get really close if you're doing your voice work, you're doing live streaming, or you can be still back and it will still pick you up just as well. With the polar pattern of this microphone, things from the back, so as I'm making noise at the back of the microphone here, it's more concentrated on my voice than the noise that I'm making at the back of the microphone. So that is one of the good things if you are trying to block out some noise before you send it maybe to a compressor. So on this particular compressor, the DBX286S does have that gate, the expander, that will cut out any background noise anyway. And of course, if you want to look at my settings for the compressor, you can watch my previous video, which is linked in the description below. Now, I'm not too sure about recording maybe instruments with this, recording acoustic guitar, just because of how close you need to be to kind of get the best out of the recording. But I haven't tried it, so I can't really comment. Just from what I've seen previously, people are saying that this microphone is really suited for your voice. So if you're doing vocals or if you're doing voice work, this is the microphone for that kind of work. And I mean, if you're spending 370 odd pounds, you are going to get that from the microphone. I mean, it's definitely overpriced, in my opinion. If you're wanting that broadcast quality sound, you want the best possible mic for your voice, this is the one to go for, because it's not going to add anything too bright. I had the Rode NT1A before this, and I felt it was adding a bit too much clarity to my voice, a bit too much of high end, and it's just a really good feature on the microphone that you can just cut all those bits out that you don't want and just have it running in flat. Then you can work at your EQ, maybe on your compressor or maybe on your audio software. Now, where I do think the microphone will work brilliantly well if you have this plugged into a compressor. So this is the sound that you'll get straight out of the box, which is amazing anyway. It is very, very good, very authentic sound anyway, very natural. But now this is it plugged into my DBX286S compressor with the compression sounds, with the expander gate there as well, cutting out all the background noise. And as you can hear, it really is such good quality. So it makes sense now for spending that amount of money on a microphone. You're like, why would I spend £370 Well, this is why. And if you'd like to know the settings for the DBX compressor, just simply look at my previous video, which will be linked in the description. So now you can hear the sound of the microphone paired up with the DBX compressor. So, which I think, especially if you're doing live streaming or maybe you're doing podcasts, work that you don't want to edit afterwards, this is all just on the fly. You don't need to add any compression, any EQ or anything like that. This is the sound that you're going to be working with. So if you've got any thoughts on the SM7B microphone, feel free to let me know in the comments. And of course, if you like this video, give me a wee thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Don't forget all the settings for the very compressor that we're plugged into in my previous video. Link is in the description.